Hey everyone, welcome to Local Leads Training. My name is Rich. I'll be your host today. Today we're going to cover so everything that we have one of the easiest places. Certainly, you can take it on the go. You can download pretty much everything you need right on your iPhone or your Android phone. So it makes it really convenient, a very convenient all-in-one solution. Real quick here, I'll go there with you. So Google.com. And then hit enter and go up to mail, click on sign in, go ahead and sign in, and then it'll take you right back to this page. So it's a very simple process. You really can't mess it up. And then once you're here, you can go ahead and jump into your email. Okay, so you could have gone to gmail.com and logged in as well, or just go to google.com and log in. Either way, you're going to land up at the same place. So once you do log in, we're going to go over a couple of the main things that you're going to use on a day-to-day basis. The first one is going to be your email. If you're familiar with Gmail, this will probably look very, very similar to what you've used in the past because it's exactly the same. This is no different than if you have, Betty Smith at gmail.com. It's not going to work any differently. There will be a few other options, I think, that you'll have because ours is a corporate one, so it has a lot more apps on it than traditionally a free Gmail. But it's relatively the same stuff. So we're going to use a couple things. Obviously, one is going to be your email. This is where you're going to receive and send emails in communication. So the last video we went over with Zoho and showed you how if you wanted to, you could send an email out to a client just by clicking send an email. Zoho is really used for more of the template email base, okay? So knowing that, okay, great, I just talked to this guy. I went ahead and sent him one of the template emails about, wasting money on data leads or insurance leads, things like that. And so that's really what it's going to be used for. Gmail is going to be used more for like conversation than anything else. So if you're going back and forth with a client and they're asking you questions, or even say let's a prospective client, they have either questions or a client emails you because they have a question about your account, you'll handle it all through Gmail. So Zoho is more or less for the one-off stuff that you need more of a template base than just something you're just going to write up. Okay, so in here you can compose emails, you can get labels, you can add folders if you want to, so that way you can keep your email organized. That's all up to you. Okay, I'm not going to tell you how to set up your email in the slightest. Now, one of the things that you will need to do here in just a minute is we'll need to set up your Hangouts account, okay? So one of the things that Google Apps also allows is it also allows for a Google Voice line, okay? And the nice thing about it is your Google Voice line you can use on your computer. So if you have a headset, we can make calls directly from here. And a lot of the places you can even use as click-to-call. So if we were on Google right now, and let's say we were doing a search for auto insurance agents or auto insurance in Irving, Texas, and you go to the map section, so we did the search, and we come down here, and we see these phone numbers. If you go to more places right here, when you click on one of these listings, it'll bring it up, and you can actually click on the phone number to make a phone call. So it's a little bit lengthy if you do it that way. You have the ability to, but I'll show you how this is going to work in just a second. So if we were to click on it and click on the phone number, it's going to go ahead and open up a Google Hangouts window and say ask us to place that call. So we can do that. I don't typically like doing that. I'm more of a copy and paste guy, where instead of clicking on the phone number and saying, okay, great, this is a call, go ahead and make it, because it just slows your computer down a bit, always opening up new windows. And for a lot of PCs, they just don't have the power to handle multiple windows or thousands of windows at a time. So really, for most of the time, what I suggest people do is, whether if you're getting your phone numbers in Google or if you're finding them in Zoho, I always just copy and paste them. The nice thing about Google Apps in your Gmail account is, once you have your Hangouts set up, so let's go into your Hangouts. So hangouts.google.com, and I'll just show you this really quickly, because you can make calls one of two ways. You can either make calls from Google Hangouts, so hangouts.google.com, and you can see it's loading here for a second, and then you just click on phone call. You click on phone call, you copy and paste the phone number in there. So let's go back here, and let's say we copy and paste the phone number, copy, paste, and then you can call them. So you can call them right from Google Hangouts. The other nice thing is that if you don't want to have another window open, you can do it all through Gmail. Okay. So what you'd be allowed to do is, you can go ahead and click on here and click on phone calls right here. It's going to change the screen. You click on make a call. It'll bring up a box for you. You click paste right there at the top here, and then click call. So you can pretty much do everything you're going to need to do all day, except maybe your calendar, from one screen, as far as having your email open, having your phone, and your text message line. Because if you look at it, look down here also, down here on the bar, you can see Hangouts conversations. So you can pull up the conversations that you've been having, and you can see this list, 214-409-547. Guess what? If we went over here and went to messages, whoops, we need to close that. If we went to the messages section, we'd see 214-409-517. So these are all the text messages I've been having personally with either clients or prospective clients. And you can do that the same right here in your Gmail account. Okay. So two more things that we're going to go over. So we went over email. This is where you're going to go ahead and use your email, Gmail. Hangouts right here, if you go to hangouts.google.com, you can use text messaging or a phone call, or you can use the phone call and texting from Gmail right here on the side of the screen. And then the next two things we're going to go over, one is going to be your calendar. So if you go to this little 9 squares box right here and click on the drop down, you can go ahead and rearrange this stuff however you want to, but you can go to your calendar. Having a calendar, the nice thing is it's also on your phone to alert you. So if you've got a call back that needs to be made, or an appointment for a conference call, you can always put them in here and it'll alert you right on your phone. Okay. So calendar, use this as much as you can. The more organized you are, the better at sales you're going to be. The last thing that we're going to go ahead and go over is Google Docs. Okay, Google Docs is a place that we centrally locate all of the documents that you're going to need. So when we go into Google Docs, all the docs we're going to share to you. So all of the scripts, all of the rebuttals, any pricing changes, anything like that, that's where this is going to be found. So what we're going to go ahead and do, like this one right here. So if we opened up, let's see here, go down here, script version 1. Okay, this is going to be just one of the script versions that you're going to use, but it's all going to be in here. So that way you don't have to, if you need to print it off, you can. You don't got to download it. You can edit it. All of that kind of stuff you can do right here on the screen. You can also make your own docs if you want to. So if we're on a conference call and you say, hey, I want to make a new doc, or I want to have a place where I can take notes every day, you can go right here and start a new document. It's going to open up a new document, and you could put on here, let's say it is conference call notes, right? So we name the document as soon as it loads. Conference call notes, and we can start putting notes right down here. So it's a very simple way for you to keep track of stuff, and then also a very simple way for us to keep everything updated. So if there's ever an update, I'm ever on a conference call and saying, hey, there's an update to the script, it's going to be right in your Google Docs. Okay, so let's just recap this really quickly of what we went over today. Google Apps is the center of what you're going to be using all day. Google Apps and Zoho. Google Apps is going to be used for your email, your phone, your calendar, and then also all of the documents that you're going to need or we're going to provide to you. Okay, so you can all find it on Google Docs. If you ever have a question, go ahead and feel free to shoot us an email